What if I told you that the parenting style that works perfectly for your toddler could destroy your teenager's confidence? Parenting isn't one size fits all. It evolves as your child grows. And if you don't adapt, you might be unintentionally holding your child back. In this video, we'll walk through each stage of childhood and how you can be the parent your child needs at every age. Stage 1, infancy, 0 to 2 years. The foundation of trust and security. The first 2 years of life are all about attachment. Your baby is learning one critical lesson. Can I trust the world? Your job as a parent is to build a strong bond by being present, responsive, and nurturing. Key parenting approaches. Respond quickly. Babies don't manipulate. They cry because they need something. Quick, loving responses build trust. Physical affection, skin-to-skin contact, cuddles, and soothing voices help develop emotional security. Routine and consistency. Babies thrive on predictability. Consistent feeding, sleep, and play routines help them feel safe. Biggest mistake to avoid: ignoring your baby's cries in an attempt to toughen them up. Babies need to know they are heard and loved. Stage 2, toddlerhood. 2 to 5 years. The age of independence. This is the stage where your little one starts asserting independence with their favorite word, no. But beneath their defiance is a need for guidance. Key parenting approaches. Set clear boundaries. Too many rules overwhelm toddlers. Too few leave them feeling unsafe. Stick to a few firm, clear limits. Offer choices. Give toddlers controlled independence by offering simple choices like, do you want the red or blue cup? Validate feelings. Instead of saying, stop crying, try, I see you're upset. Let's talk about it. Biggest mistake to avoid: being too controlling or too permissive. The key is balance, guiding without stifling curiosity. Stage 3, early childhood, 6 to 12 years, the learning years. This is the golden age of learning, when children absorb values, skills, and attitudes like a sponge. They look to parents for structure, encouragement, and discipline. Key parenting approaches. Encourage curiosity. Support their interests, whether it's art, science, or sports. A curious child becomes a lifelong learner. Teach responsibility. Introduce simple chores and let them experience consequences. Build emotional intelligence. Help kids name their feelings and teach problem solving instead of reacting emotionally. Biggest mistake to avoid: over-sheltering your child from challenges. They need to learn resilience through small failures. Stage 4, adolescence, 13 to 18 years. The independence phase. Teenagers are biologically wired to seek independence, which often feels like rebellion. But beneath the attitude, they still need guidance and emotional support. Key parenting approaches. Respect their growing independence. Instead of saying, you must do this, try, let's figure this out together. Keep communication open. Avoid lectures. Instead, ask open-ended questions and truly listen. Teach decision-making skills. Let them make choices and experience consequences in a safe way. Biggest mistake to avoid: trying to control your teen's every move. This pushes them away instead of drawing them closer. Stage 5, young adulthood, 18 plus years, letting go, while staying supportive. This stage is about transitioning from a hands-on parent to a supportive guide. Your child is now making their own life choices, but they still need your wisdom. Key parenting approaches. Respect their autonomy. Let them make mistakes and learn from them. Offer support, not control. Be their advisor, not their boss. Maintain a strong relationship. Stay involved in their life, but on their terms. Biggest mistake to avoid: trying to dictate their adult choices. Let them grow, even if it means watching them stumble. The parenting seasons. When to lead, when to let go. Parenting is like the seasons. Each stage requires a different approach. Imagine trying to plant new seeds in the dead of winter or harvesting fruit in spring. It doesn't work. The same applies to raising children. If you lead when you should let go, or let go when you should lead, you could stunt their growth. So, let's explore the 4 seasons of parenting and how to navigate each one. Spring, 0 to 5 years. Planting the right values. Spring is the season of new beginnings, where you plant the seeds of love, security, and discipline. This is the stage where your child learns trust, emotions, and basic behaviors. Key parenting approaches. Love and affection. Hold, hug, and reassure them to build emotional security. Routine and consistency. Establish bedtime, meal times, and playtime to create a structured environment. Early discipline. Teach simple yes and no, concepts with kindness and firmness. Biggest mistake to avoid: ignoring bad behavior because they are too young to understand. This is the stage where boundaries must be introduced. Summer, 6 to 12 years. Growth and discipline. Summer is the season of rapid growth, both physically and mentally. Your child is exploring the world, making friends, and forming their personality. But without the right discipline, weeds can grow too. Key parenting approaches: encourage curiosity, answer their endless why questions with patience and excitement. Teach responsibility, assign simple chores, and let them complete tasks independently. Build character, instill values like honesty, respect, and kindness through storytelling and real-life lessons. Biggest mistake to avoid: doing everything for them. Overprotecting or micromanaging prevents them from developing independence. Autumn, 13 to 18 years. Preparing for independence. Autumn is when the leaves begin to change. Your child is transitioning from childhood to adulthood. They may resist your guidance, but that's because they are trying to find their own identity. This is the season to prepare them for independence. Key parenting approaches: give more freedom. Let them make choices, but hold them accountable for their actions. Be their mentor, not their boss. Avoid commands. Guide them through conversations and reasoning. Keep communication open. Even if they pull away, be available when they need support. Biggest mistake to avoid: overreacting to rebellion. A teenager testing boundaries is normal. Instead of control, use influence. Winter, 18 plus years. Letting go and trusting the process. Winter is the hardest season for many parents. Letting go. Your role shifts from active parenting to being a trusted advisor. This is where you step back and trust that the seeds you planted will bear fruit. Key parenting approaches: respect their choices. Even if you don't agree with every decision, allow them to learn from their experiences. Be a support system. Offer guidance only when asked. Don't impose. Maintain connection. A simple check-in or words of encouragement mean everything. Biggest mistake to avoid: trying to control their adult life. If you raise them well, trust that they will find their way. The parenting code: adapting your approach to every stage. If parenting had a secret code, would you want to crack it? The truth is, no single approach works for every stage of your child's life. What worked at age 3 will backfire at age 13. So, how do you adapt your parenting style as they grow? Let's decode the secret to raising a confident, resilient, and independent child at every stage. Stage 1. The nurturing phase, 0 to 5 years. Building security. The first 5 years are all about laying a strong foundation of security and trust. Your child needs to know they are safe, loved, and that their needs will be met. Key parenting strategies: unconditional love. Hold, cuddle, and reassure your child to build emotional security. Gentle guidance. Use a soft but firm voice to set early boundaries. Encouraging exploration. Allow safe discovery through play and experiences. Parenting trap to avoid: being overly critical. At this stage, positive reinforcement builds confidence, while constant negativity can create fear and anxiety. Stage 2. The teaching phase, 6 to 12 years. Instilling values. This is the golden phase of learning, where your child absorbs values, discipline, and the importance of responsibility. They watch you more than they listen to you, so your actions matter. Key parenting strategies: teach by example. Show kindness, honesty, and discipline through your behavior. Encourage independence. Give them responsibilities like chores or decision-making opportunities. Establish clear rules, set consequences for actions, and be consistent in enforcing them. Parenting trap to avoid: over-controlling. If you do everything for them, they won't develop problem-solving skills. Stage 3, the coaching phase, 13 to 18 years, guiding with wisdom. The teenage years, the season of transformation and identity. They are no longer children, but they are not yet adults. Your role shifts from instructor to coach. Key parenting strategies: listen more, lecture less. They need a mentor, not a judge. Respect their independence. Allow them to make choices, but guide them through the consequences. Encourage emotional intelligence. Teach them to manage emotions rather than react impulsively. Parenting trap to avoid: taking rebellion personally. Teenagers push boundaries. It's part of their development. Stay calm and be their steady anchor. Stage 4, the advisory phase, 18 years, trusting the process. The day will come when your child doesn't need you the same way. Your role changes from a hands-on coach to a trusted advisor. Key parenting strategies. Respect their autonomy. Let them make their own decisions, even if they fail. Offer support, not control. Be available for guidance, but don't impose your will. Maintain connection. A simple check-in or kind words mean everything. Parenting trap to avoid. Trying to fix their problems. Let them experience the natural consequences of their choices. Parenting in phases. How to evolve with your child's growth. Imagine trying to raise a teenager the same way you would a toddler, or treating your 5-year-old like an independent adult. Sounds absurd, right? But many parents struggle to adjust their parenting as their children grow. So let's break it down, phase by phase, so you can evolve alongside your child and meet them where they are. Phase 1, the foundation years, 0 to 5 years, security and trust. This is the stage where love, security, and structure form the foundation for everything to come. Your child's brain is like a sponge, soaking up every interaction and environment. Key parenting approaches. Respond to their needs quickly. This builds trust and emotional security. Establish routines. Regular sleep, meal, and playtimes create stability. Teach through play. Singing, storytelling, and hands-on experiences shape their early learning. Biggest mistake to avoid: ignoring emotional needs. Neglect at this stage can lead to anxiety and insecurity in later years. Phase 2, the exploration years, 6 to 12 years, discipline and character building. This is the age of curiosity and learning. Kids begin forming their own opinions, testing limits, and discovering the world. Your role? To be their guide, not just their boss. Key parenting approaches. Encourage independence. Allow them to make simple decisions, e.g., choosing their outfit. Teach responsibility. Chores and small tasks help them build discipline. Balance love and rules. Too much strictness can stifle confidence, while too much leniency can lead to entitlement. Biggest mistake to avoid: solving all their problems for them. Let them struggle a little. It builds resilience. Phase 3, the identity years, 13 to 18 years, guidance and influence. Teenagers are navigating new emotions, peer pressure, and self-discovery. Your role shifts from being the enforcer to being a mentor. Key parenting approaches. Give them space, but stay engaged. They need independence, but also parental support. Teach emotional intelligence. Help them manage stress, disappointment, and relationships. Set boundaries, not barriers. Rules should exist, but they should evolve as they mature. Biggest mistake to avoid: taking rebellion personally. Teens push limits. It's their way of testing their identity. Phase 4, the launch years, 8 years, support and trust. This is when parenting takes a back seat. Your child is now making life-altering decisions: college, career, relationships. You are no longer the driver, but a trusted navigator. Key parenting approaches. Let them take responsibility. Allow them to experience consequences. Offer advice, not control. Be available, but don't dictate their choices. Maintain connection. A simple text or check-in call means the world. Biggest mistake to avoid: treating them like they're still kids. Let them be adults. From cradle to college, the parent's survival guide to raising successful kids. Parenting is the most rewarding yet challenging journey you will ever embark on. From the first cry to the first day of college, every stage presents new obstacles and opportunities. But how do you ensure your child grows into a confident, responsible, and successful adult? This is your survival guide. Let's begin. Phase 1, the foundation years, 0 to 5 years, building love and security. In these early years, your child's brain is absorbing everything like a sponge. Your role? Provide security, structure, and lots of love. Key takeaways. Create a secure attachment. Your presence builds trust. Establish routines. Predictability provides comfort. Encourage exploration. Let them safely discover the world. Common mistakes to avoid: overindulgence. Saying no teaches important boundaries. Phase 2, the learning years, 6 to 12 years, shaping values and discipline. As your child grows, they start developing their values, habits, and interests. This is the time to reinforce discipline, responsibility, and curiosity. Key takeaways: model the behavior you want. Kids imitate more than they listen. Foster a love for learning. Education isn't just school, it's life. Balance discipline with encouragement. Teach responsibility, not fear. Common mistakes to avoid: comparing your child to others. Every child learns at their own pace. Phase 3, the teenage years, 13 to 18 years, navigating identity and independence. The teenage years are a mix of rebellion, self-discovery, and growth. This is when your child needs guidance, but also freedom to make choices. Key takeaways: be a mentor, not a dictator. Guide them instead of controlling them. Teach emotional intelligence. Help them manage emotions and relationships. Set boundaries with respect. Allow independence while keeping them safe. Common mistakes to avoid: ignoring their emotions or dismissing their struggles. Listen before you react. Phase 4, the young adult years, 18 plus years, preparing for the real world. Your child is stepping into adulthood. This is when you shift from active parenting to being a trusted advisor. Key takeaways: teach financial literacy, budgeting, saving, and responsible spending. Encourage problem solving. Let them handle real-life challenges. Stay connected without smothering. Support them, but respect their independence. Common mistakes to avoid: holding on too tightly. Let them learn from their own experiences. Final thoughts: parenting isn't about creating a perfect child. It's about raising a strong, capable, and kind adult. From cradle to college, your role is to guide, love, and support them. And if you do it right, they'll always find their way back to you. Parenting is a journey of growth for both you and your child. If this guide helped, share it with another parent. Together, we build a brighter future.